All right, here I am again with Nurse Doug. In March of this year, there was a big concern brought up about Dubai and 500 metric tons of these protein biscuits, these high energy protein biscuits that are specifically purchased but for $800 million of taxpayer money through USA Aid. USA Aid is, as we remember, the first thing that good old Delania Muskrat went after. One of the many, many reasons he went after USA Aid is not just the feeding of all these different programs worldwide, keeping the soft power in place worldwide, keeping America as a helper to the other countries in this world, and on stage as a trusted superpower. That was all destroyed. This 400 metric tons was kept in a warehouse in Dubai, fully paid for, purchased. In March, there was a letter sent to Senator Rubio. Yes, you know, Rubio. Anyway, he ignored it. This 500 metric tons of food that is capable of feeding 1.5 million starving children for a week. It was decided that it was being incinerated. In March, there was one of the other aid organizations in this world that actually reached out to the United States that said that they were going to help distribute it. The United States, the Trump administration said no. There was another organization that came up and said, hey, this food can save half of our population. And the United States Trump administration said no. It's like him holding the drones and the Patriots and the huge shipment of weapons at the Polish border for Ukraine the day before a Russian offensive, one of the largest Russian offensives, take place. It's kind of like that. It's something that's very easy to say, go ahead, let it go across the border and save thousands of people or whatever. And it's just cruelty by the administration. There is no one on earth, there's no red hat, there's no MAGA, there's no anybody who voted for this man who could convince me that this was a good thing to do. I don't think there's anybody, both Republican and Democrat, that I know that would think of just this one thing and go, yeah, that's kind of screwed up. Or no, that's not the American thing. It's like withholding those weapons when they're already paid for, they're already there, they're sitting across the border from Ukraine as they're getting shelled, just to say no for spite. This is who this man is. This is who this man always is. Remember the FBI agent that one day before his retirement, after 20 some odd years of dedicated service as a civil servant to the FBI on both sides of the aisle, remember he got fired the day before he was supposed to retire, all because he worked on an investigation against Trump, which is kind of ironic because Pam Bondi just fired a couple dozen people that worked on the investigations with Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, what part of this is America to you? Republicans that voted for this piece of shit. What part of this is the country you want? What part of this is making America great again? Better yet, what part of this is putting us in good standing in the world? You know what you used to pretend to care about? Along with the Constitution and women's rights and everything else that you've shit all over. So Republicans, Trump administration, pull your heads out of your ass. This isn't America. You're turning it into something that's never supposed to be. And if you did some research and you actually gave a shit about anyone about yourself, you would recognize that. Stay diligent, stay educated, and be kind. We're all in this together.